Welcome to this Savage Lands game guide by Randomise user. Here we're going to take a tour of all 5 of the towns currently in the game, along with a very simple map to give you a rough idea where they all are. We start in the town of Argo, close to the first dragon tower and the game's spawn points on the beach. If you don't already know how to find this, then this video is not for you because you won't be equipped enough to survive the journeys involved. Argo is notable for its small size, cool dragon statue and the presence of the first dragon tower looming in the distance. It also has a forge to craft advanced equipment. So let's move on. Here's my map. This is not to scale and clearly drawn in MS Paint by a 5-year-old who's probably dead. But the important thing is that you can generally use straight lines in the major compass directions to get between the towns. Firstly, we're taking the red trail on the map to get from Argo to the Stone Hut town, a town that also has a forge. So point your compass northwest, I'm claiming north to be at the 11 o'clock position on the compass by the way, and walk in a straight line for about 10 minutes. And you'll get to see some neat ruins on the way. Right, here we are. This town is quite large and has a number of basic stone huts and ruined fortifications. There's lots of stone to pick up from the ground, as well as the usual loot inside the buildings that respawns over time. There is a forge in this town, unlike the remaining 3 places we've yet to visit. The building material here is stone and thatch, with wooden fences and broken barricades dotted about. All the smoking campfires here are ones of mine from a long time ago. From here, village number 3 is due north along the yellow trail. Keep a lookout for the large stone towers when walking these trails, they're usually near civilization. You should run very close to one near the end of this trail. And we've made it! These towns do have names by the way, but they're not mentioned in-game yet, so for now we're just referring to them by their description. This is the Skeleton Town, noticeable for the crucified skeletons and large numbers of piles of bones. This means there are always lots of skulls and bone loot to pick up, handy for making things like the Pike of Resurrection. Just showing you around here, and be aware, like all the villagers, undead skeletons tend to spawn quite often, mostly the usual shambling ones, but occasionally the fully armoured undead furies. From here, go roughly due east along the green trail to get to the 4th town. If you find it tricky to find, look out for a stone tower near the village and explore the local area. Village 4 is a large stone town. Despite its major size, there isn't a forge here, but these are clearly the most advanced buildings on the island. There's also lots of rocks within the village, making it easy to mine ores and the like. And it may be wishful thinking, but in my experience the rocky outcrops inside towns tend to yield better ore than the ones outside. Now be careful when taking the next trail, a lot of bears tend to spawn in the wilderness on the east side of the map. So on the Cyan Trail you may need some cunning. Go southeast from the town until you're nearly on the beach, then turn south, so that the ocean stays on your left. And we've reached our 5th and final town, known as Veck. This town has been nearly burnt to the ground by that pesky dragon. The wooden houses were no match for the flames and none of the buildings here are undamaged. Predictably, there's no forge either, but you can still pick through the ruins to find spawned loot, just like all the other towns. Veck has its own savage beauty, but it would not be my first choice for a base. That would probably be the smallest stone village, which has lots of loot spawns and a forge. Okay, thanks for watching this guide. I hope the shitty map is useful in some way. So subscribe to Randomise user for more stuff like this, and I'll see you next time.